So the Dreamcast is dead and buried at this point. What is Sonic meant to do? Go multi-platform! It started with putting a bunch of Sonic games on Nintendo, such as Mega Collection Adventure 2 and Advance, and it will continue with Sonic's brand new game, Sonic Heroes. Now, at this point with Sonic development, Sonic team's on a little bit of shaky ground, but they could recover if Sonic Heroes is a financial fucking success. So, what do? Fuck up the controls, make the levels way too long, and make the story basically meaningless. But this is one of the few Sonic games where that kind of thing has been able to be pulled off correctly. To explain what I mean, I can start with the plot, but there really isn't much to talk about. You see, there are 4 plots in this game. Team Sonic, Team Rose, Team Dark, and Team Chaotix. Team Sonic is that they want to go stop Eggman before he destroys the world in 3 days. Team Rose is that they're trying to find Sonic, Chocola, and Froggy because he lost the damn frog again! You lost the frog again! God damn it. Anywho, Team Dark is the serious story about Shadow wanting to uncover the mysteries of his past, Omega wanting to get revenge, and Rouge wanting to get some treasure. And the 3 form an inseparable bond that will last a lifetime. Because as we all know, Team Dark would never be separated for any reason. And Team Chaotix need to pay the rent. Well, that's about that. Yeah, so the stories in this game are very simplistic, but given that they still have the same person who wrote Adventure 2, Shigeru Miyazawa, I think that's the first time I've said that correctly. But since they have him on board, the story's pretty good. Everybody's written well, the twist villain is a pretty good twist villain, being Metal Sonic. Oh yeah, that bastard's back and he's got a voice. I'm sure they won't take that away for any reason. And overall, I think this story works for what it's trying to be. A fun adventure that's just like the classic games, but still has the adventure tone. So that's great. What about the gameplay? It's a game. It is a game. I won't argue that. Now, my biggest problem with the gameplay is the controls. Something Sonic Adventure 1 got so perfect, I can't stop gushing about it, saying it's the best Sonic's ever controlled ever, including the new game. However, in this game, the acceleration has been thrown through the fucking window, because suddenly you're taking off at 1,000,000 miles an hour. But there is a counter to this. You see, this game implements a team mechanic, where you play as 3 characters at once and have to switch between different formations to get through the level. The speed formations comprising of Sonic, Amy, Shadow, and Espio, being able to zip right through stages at supersonic speeds, do the homing attack and then the tornado jump. The flight characters comprising of Tails, Rouge, Cream, and Charmy, who can fly. There's not really much to talk about with these characters. And the strength character, who can punch right through walls, objects, and enemies. Which is important, because there are health bars in this game. Yeah, that's weird, right? There are health bars in this game to identify as a strength character. Whatever keeps Knuckles in the loop, I am fine with, because they haven't fucked up Knuckles yet. Because the strength character is comprised of Knuckles, Vector, Omega, and Big. Yeah, Big's actually weirdly competent in this game. Able to throw around his body weight, shoot off the 2 little kids as if they're baseballs, swinging his giant umbrella, fishing around and burning his enemies. It's pretty awesome, right? In this game, there are also 7 unique stages with 2 acts and a boss fight, which is great, because you've got Seaside Hill, which is beautiful, Grand Metropolis, which is a really good city level for not being one that's directly made by Eggman. You've got Casino Highway, Pinball, that's all I'm gonna say. Rail Canyon, which is high over the ground rail grinding, getting to the end, and I love it. Frog Forest, probably the best designed level in the whole damn game. Mystic, the Haunted Castle area, which I completely forgot the name of. But you know what, I like the aesthetic. Hate the fucking Chaotix mission here, though, it can go fucking kill itself. And then Egg Fleet, which is Eggman's invincible battleships of destruction, which of course the characters get to take down one by one. And the boss fights are very hit or miss, mostly misses. There are 3 kinds of boss fights. There's the boss fights against Eggman, where you go up against one of his machines. These are all play similar to Sonic Advance 2 stages, where you have to run after the boss fight and deal damage to it. However, with the power characters, you can easily beat the shit out of these things when they come to a stop. Then there's the character battles, which sees one team going up against another team, and I've probably already defeated a team in the amount of time it takes me to talk about this, because teams are not the smartest when it comes to the AI here. And robot gauntlets. The robot gauntlets can go die in hell. They're not fun, they're just here to extend game time. It would have been cool if they would replace with like actual boss fights and character battles. Because Team Sonic never meets Team Chaotix, Team Rose never meets Team Dark, and you know, Team Dark only meets Team Rose, and Team Chaotix doesn't meet Team Sonic, that thing. So overall, this game sounds like a smash hit, right? Well, in some aspects, it is a pretty good game. Gameplay's fast and kinetic, story's simple but in a charming way, and it has that right amount of cheese to make me not absolutely fucking hate it. But we haven't talked about the elephant in the room being that there is another last story segment. Something that, my god, these games need to stop with. It was fun in Adventure 1 because it was an epilogue. It was fine in Adventure 2 because we spent 2 storylines getting to this point and the storylines were pretty different. It's a fucking nightmare here. Because you have to play the same game 4 times. What I mean by this is that each team represents a difficulty. Being that Team Sonic is normal, Team Dark is hard, Team Rose is easy, and Team Chaotix is a fucking nightmare full of full of just the worst missions you could ever imagine, like collecting hermit crabs and blowing out every single fucking torch in a fucking haunted castle. Yeah, how's that for gameplay? Throw the detectives in a haunted castle and make them blow out torches. Not investigate some of the hidden mysteries going on. No, just have them blow out torches, it's fine. Yeah, what really kills the game is that you have to play all stories to get to the final story. And go through the returning special stages. Which to get access you need to get a key. In Act 2 specifically. And not get hit till the end of the level. Easy enough to do with Team Rose, especially since their levels are only like 3 minutes long when Team Dark's go around 12 minutes. The issue with this is that the special stages suck ass. First time that the half-pipe special stage has been reused since Sonic 2. But the problem with it is that the characters control like shit. This game's biggest issue is character control, and no, it isn't because I'm playing the Xbox version. Yeah, in case you haven't noticed by now, I am playing the Xbox version of this game, which is the best way I can play it officially, since I can't figure out how to make this thing fucking work on my laptop. And it gives me an excuse to use the damn beast. Anyway, problem with this though is that on 360, which I'm playing this on to get cleaner footage, it has some technical issues, being that 2D assets tend to fuck up a few times. But it's pretty easy to overlook for me, because it's mostly just things like the title screen. So, just that. Anyway, back to getting to the final story. You have to beat every team, get all 7 Chaos Emeralds, go commit a blood sacrifice, and then you can go fight the final villain of the game. And the final story is one giant boss fight. Couldn't have made a level maybe switch off between teams or anything. You know what, I say that, but then I remember this game was so rushed. That one of the 2 level designers was sick, so the remaining level designer, who happens to be the director, Takashi Iizuka, kinda fucking killed himself to get this game done by 2003, because they couldn't just delay the game by a few months, I guess. Final story, boss fight, right, I need to stop getting sidetracked. So, in the final story, it's a boss fight between all 4 teams and Metal Sonic. Now, the 3 teams of Team Dark, Team Rose, and Team Chaotix are just buying time for Team Sonic to be able to use the Chaos Emeralds. Oh boy, I can't wait to see Super Knuckles again! Oh. Are they really scared of the colour pink? They have Amy in this game. Now, well, maybe Tails will finally get... Oh, it's a bubble. Oh no. Why don't they have super forms? I get Tails canonically didn't have a super form at this time when they were making the game, but Knuckles did. There's no reason to put him in a fucking piss bowl. But you know what? I can't even care, because this final boss fight is fucking awesome. Because you're taking on a giant lizard who spent 45 seconds transforming. No joke, take a look at this. You spent this time watching this guy rebuild himself, and you get to take him down as Supersonic and friends. Well, this banger of a track is playing. My favorite song of all time, What I'm Made Of.
Long time no see, Sonic. My lonesome copy.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I think you can blast through his crystal attack using your speed. Sonic, you can do it!
Sonic, I was created for the sole purpose of destroying you. But I can never see. Take this.
Blast away! Can you hear me, Sonic? Regular attacks are useless now. Attack it using Team Blast. Here we come. You all ready?
Of course!
We're with you until the end.
Take this.
You actually thought you could defeat me by transforming into a monster? Out!
But that was the past. Now you're nothing but a speck of dust to me.
Out! Yeah! Go! Go! Yeah! 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 Got it! Shit! Shit! Already? Here we go! 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 Yes!
Take
Go!
this.
Yeah! Go! Yeah!
Leave it to me!
Got it.
Dang,
Got it.
dang, dang. Leave it to me! Dang. Hey, everyone, watch your ring count! You won't be able to use super transformation if you lose all your rings!
Man, he's tough!
Is he invincible?
It's not over yet! Let's show him what we're made of!
See me as I am. No longer afraid of anything. I shall become the ultimate overlord, ruling as the world's most supreme being.
Yeah! Ready anytime!
Why? I had it all. I am the ultimate overlord, Metal Sonic. I am the real Sonic.
Yeah! We did it!
Phew, that was pretty tough. Too bad it's all over. For you!
See, isn't it fucking awesome? And let's just not forget about the fact that this game is just... This ending is so good for what this story was doing, in that it's simple. Team Rose has found what they came looking for. Team Sonic has stopped Tox or Eggman. Team Chaotix get to beat the shit out of Eggman a second. Team Chaotix get to beat the shit out of Eggman for a second time for not paying them, which... Glad they did it twice, that bastard deserves it. Rouge goes off to try and find some treasure, while Omega and Shadow hold Metal Sonic, unsure of what to do with him. Shadow because he thinks he's an android and could be related to Metal in some way, and Omega because he wants to destroy all Eggman machines. And then we cut to the team running across Seaside Hill, screaming, "Yeah, we're Sonic Heroes!" as the credits play, and I'm left thinking, might not be my favourite game of all time, but I sure am glad I've played it. This is a game from my childhood, so a lot of this is being wiped over with a sense of nostalgic goggles. But you know what? I don't give a shit. This is a fun game when you're not going for the ending. If you pick one team, like the Team Sonic, Team Dark, and race through to the end, I'd argue this is a great game. Sure, it has its problems. It's a technical nightmare. The controls are slippery. And the level design can sometimes be very hit and miss because of the whole Takashi Iizuka situation I just explained. But quite frankly, I don't care, man. This game is great. I mean, listen to some of the tracks in the game. See, doesn't that alone make you already want to play this game? And hell, this isn't even to mention the team themes. Continuing on with the whole Sonic Adventures I mentioned too of every character getting a theme song, this game has team themes. And my least favourite is one I'd call just fine, being Team Sonic's.
Everyone can do something special. Secret is
Team Roses has this upbeat pop energy, which I really like, especially since, unlike other team themes, it doesn't actually mention anybody specific. So you could realistically show this to any random person on the streets and they probably wouldn't know it's a Sonic song. Just take a listen. Team Dark's theme is just, ooh, I wish we got more of these kind of themes. I just wish Julie and Kay gave Omega an actual theme. Because this theme song fucking kicks ass. And finally it's Team Chaotix, with... I know I said Eggman had the best theme of all time, but it is rivalry with this because if you actually listen, you can hear Vector scream brain damage. Yeah, so I really like this game. I have my fair share of issues, a lot of them caused by the repetition of the game. But overall, would I say this is a good game? Fuck yeah, I would! Sure, it's not like the best of the best, it wasn't exactly the Sonic game that redefined a generation. But it wasn't trying to be. It was trying to be a fun throwback game for people to just pick up and enjoy because it was Sonic's first multi-platform outing. This was the first time that people on the PS2 got to taste the blood of the carcass they got to kill. Or Xbox fans actually got a platform that didn't suck ass. But this momentum would come to a screeching halt in the next game. Now, the next game we're going to talk about is my personal least favourite game of all time. As in, I'd rather play something like Sonic Boom before this, I'd rather play Sonic 6 before this. I'd rather play Ben 10 Omniverse 2 before this, if that means anything to you guys. Yeah, it's that bad, and it's called Shadow the Hedgehog, the game that fucked up everything for the rest of the damn series. We can get into what I mean later, But until then, take care. Bye!